Good morning and welcome to Global Eyes News on the Hour. Delta State resident flees as gunmen kills policeman, steals rifle. Pandemonium erupted at Uti Junction in Efrun, Uwe local government area of Delta State on Sunday after gunmen killed policeman and carted away with 2 rifles. Eyewitness said the motorcycle rider was also injured in the incident, which occurred around 11 a.m. The deceased policeman was carrying 2 rifles, one for himself and the other for a colleague who was not on duty at that moment. Our correspondent learned that passerby and onlookers scampered for safety during the incident. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Bright Edafin, could not be reached for comment as of the time of filing out those reports. Of course, this is calling for concern at this junction where insecurity is becoming a thing of concern on a daily basis in the country. I think from this, the police boss and the state should probably look into this and see how far they can retrain these police officers carrying sensitive equipment of this nature and then conveying them through a motorbike is, I think, it's not ideal considering the state of the nation. So I believe relevant authorities will key into this and see how such future occurrence can be called. Native doctor flees as security agents storm 9 Anambra shrines. Native doctors flees as security agents storms 9 Anambra shrines. Security agencies in Anambra State have reportedly busted 9 camps belonging to unknown gunmen in the Anambra South Senatorial District. 9 shrines used by the hoodlums for oath-taking were also raided by the Joint Task Force on Security in the state. A police source said natives who acted as information to the hoodlums were also in detention and making useful statements. Some of the areas raided by the task force included Agulozechukwu in Agwata local government area, Ebenatu community in Nnewi South local government area, Ezinifite community also in Nnewi South local government area, and Ichi in Ekusigo local government area. Other areas included parts of Osumogu, Lilo, some parts of Ukbo in Nnewi South and Yala local government areas respectively. The source said most native doctors had fled from their homes because some of their colleagues who were arrested had been providing useful information. The Anambra Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, said it was too early to begin to count the successes in the war against terror in the state. Of course, you can recall the incident and senseless killing taking place in the Anambra State, in particular, and the southeast regions in general. I think this is one of the measures put in place by the state governor, Soludo, in curbing the menace of senseless killing rocking the region. Of course, this is a welcome development, I must confess. Ondo church massacre. UK government reacts to killing of Christians while worshiping. Ondo state massacre. UK government reacts to killing of Christians while worshiping. The British government has condemned the heinous killing of worshippers on Sunday at the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owa Lower Street, Owo Kingdom in Ondo State. Record that not less than 25 worshippers were killed by herdsmen who attacked the church at Owo. A top official of the Catholic Church in Ondo State put the number of those killed at 35. It was gathered that many worshippers died and several others were injured in what looked like a bomb attack on the St. Xavier Catholic Church. Reacting, Katrina Leung, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, on Twitter, while condemning the attack, extended her sympathies to the victims and their family. She tweeted, "Terrible news today from Owo in Ondo State. I condemn those responsible for this horrible crime. I extend my sympathies to all those affected. Yesterday was a sad day in Nigeria after gunmen attacked a Catholic church in Ondo State and they killed over 25 persons as we reported. Of course, this was a sad news in Nigeria which brought a lot of concern to many across board. However, many political leaders in the nation are all well-meaning persons have condemned the attack, and the president has been urged to swing into action in bringing the security personnel to fish out those hoodlums responsible in the attack. Unpaid arrears. National Assembly workers begins indefinite strike. Unpaid arrears. National Assembly workers begins indefinite strike. Workers at the National Assembly under the auspices of the parliamentary staff of Nigeria have commenced an indefinite strike over the non-payment of a backlog of salaries and allowances by the management. PASAN issued the strike notice on Sunday via a statement issued by its Secretary General Ahmed Awubifa. In the statement titled "PASAN declares indefinite strike to demand full implementation of the revised Conditions of Service 2018. The association stated that the industrial action was coming after 3 notices to the management led by the clerk to the National Assembly. Amos Ojo within 3 weeks. The statement read, "The Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, National Assembly Service Commission, chapters at its joint congress meeting SIC on the 2nd June 2022 resolved to embark on an indefinite strike over the failure of the National Assembly management to implement the subsisting MOU jointly signed by NASC and NAS management and PASAN on the 13th of April 2021. PASAN had issued a communique on the 28th March 2022 where it demanded full implementation of the subsisting MOU and revised conditions of service. It also notified the National Assembly management of 21 days, 14 days, and 7 days service of notice for industrial action if by 31st May 2022 the National Assembly management failed to comply with the Congress resolution. PASAN listed the items in the memorandum of understanding signed by the parties to include 24 months arrears of minimum wage consequential adjustment in which the management paid only 16 months, leaving a balance of 8 months and 13 days. And full implementation of the condition of service in the MOU signed in April 2021, to which implementation had started but stopped. In view of the unfortunate development, the association is embarking on an indefinite strike commencing from 12 midnight on Sunday, 5th June 2022. The statement added, "This is becoming worrisome. In this country, we've never heard of political office holders being hold salaries or arrears or whatsoever. But of course, it is sad to learn that the National Assembly workers who actually teach these people the do's and don'ts of this sector is being owed such arrears and salaries, which is prompting this indefinite strike. Of course, this is a bad one, I must confess. The president should look into this, and relevant stakeholders who was involved in this MOU should look into this and see how it can be resolved as soon as possible. I am not running for VP position, says Delta Deputy Governor. I am not running for VP position, says Delta Deputy Governor. The Deputy Governor of Delta State, Dikin Kingsley Otuari, on Sunday distanced himself from a group calling on the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, to nominate him as his running mate, while calling on members of the public to completely disregard the statement from the group. The deputy governor insisted that the said statement by the Southern Nigeria Liberation Movement was issued without his knowledge. Otuaro's position was contained in a statement issued on his behalf by the Director of Media and the Publicity of the KBO campaign organization, RS Akemotubo, copies of which were made available to journalists in Warren. He further stated that his main focus as the Deputy Governor of Delta State is to support the Governor of Delta State, Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Okowa, to finish strong politically in the provision of infrastructure for Delta State. The Deputy Governor retreated that he had no connection whatsoever with the group called Southern Nigeria Liberation Movement or any other group fronting same matter. He therefore called on those he tagged mischief maker to stay clear. This is not a surprise to me and of course many Nigerians, as since the deputy governor will be queuing behind the Delta State governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Okowa, who he has been reportedly jostling and negotiating for the slot of the vice president. Of course, you will recall that many have slammed the Delta State governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for betraying the Rivers State governor, Governor Wike, in the just concluded PDP national primaries election. Many claim that because of the slot of the vice president, which the Delta State governor Okowa is eyeing, he betrayed Wike and mobilized Delta delegates who voted in that primary election to queue behind the Atiku Abubakar, for which eventually led to his emergence as the party flag bearer. So this rebuttal coming from the deputy governor of the state is no surprise at all. All attack, indication of security architecture collapse. All attack, indication of security architecture collapse. Ondo North PDP senatorial candidate. The candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Ondo North Senatorial District in the 2023 election, Adetokunbo Modupe, has stated that the attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owaluwa, Owo, Ondo State, was an indication of the near collapse of Nigeria's security infrastructure. He joins a long list of Nigerians who have condemned the Sunday attack on Christian worshippers, noting that it was a cause for concern for critical stakeholders to ensure the safety of lives and properties of the people. Modupe's comments were contained in a statement signed by his head of media and public communication, Wale Obanigba, where he added that the government has failed in its responsibility to protect its citizens. The statement read in part, "The primary responsibility of government is the security and welfare of the people. Therefore, it is a general failure of government when such cannot be guaranteed. The recurring event of killing and kidnapping of people in the heart of Owo in recent time is an indication of the near collapse of our security architecture. And I therefore call on relevant security agencies and government at all levels to rejig the security architecture for better performance." Modupe, commiserating with the Catholic Church in Owo and the families of the victims, also urged security agencies to hunt down the perpetrators of the attack to ensure they are made to face the law. Modupe is one of the many Nigerians who had vehemently condemned the attack on Christians on Sunday. It was quite a tragedy for Nigerians, both at home in diaspora and the lovers of and well-wishers of Nigerians globally over the killing of innocent Christians in worshiping in church on Sunday. Buhari hosts governors, others ahead of APC presidential primary. Buhari hosts governors, others ahead of APC presidential primary. President Muhammadu Buhari is on Sunday night hosting some members of the All Progressive Congress National Caucus for a dinner at the State House banquet hall. The APC chieftains at the dinner include the party's national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, former chairman BC Akande, John Onyengu, the party's secretary, Senator Iola Omisore, and some APC governors. The meeting is part of continued consultation the president is having with various party stakeholders to elect a consensus candidate ahead of this weekend's presidential primary election. In a statement with APC presidential hopeful at the State House on Saturday night, Buhari, who asked aspirants to choose a formidable candidate from among themselves, affirmed that he would discuss it with more party stakeholders. He said, "This is the second in the series and I still look forward to meeting with party stakeholders, and these steps are being taken to ensure that the unity and cohesion of the party are sustained and provided direction." Of course, before now, the president has noted that he will be going ahead to reach more party stakeholders in the last joint meeting he held with the governors and key stakeholders and aspirants vying for the presidential candidates vying for the presidential seat across the nation, where he threw his support behind the Southerners producing the flag bearer for the All Progressive the APC. And of course, this is one of the major meetings that was convened by him to last night on Sunday to further strengthen the negotiation and the alignment and realignment of key stakeholders in ensuring that the party fields a formidable and generally accepted candidate for the forthcoming 2023 general election. This will be all for now. Thank you for joining us and have a great day ahead. Wishing you all the best of today. Stay tuned with us. I will bring you more details of happenings globally.